Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the Vampire Diaries. This is episode 7 of season 7. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. Last episode was interesting because we finally got Julian back in the flesh, doing bad things again. Obviously he's already working his way into, is it Mary Lou? She's got her to feed on a few humans, even though she was saying that Lily, she won't be happy with that. Well, he's saying what she won't know, you know, won't hurt her. He took a bite as well, she took a bite, and he's already having the effect on everybody. We've seen it. Stefan, he wants to kill him. I don't blame him. He wants to kill him as well as Valerie. Both of them, they want him dead. He's the reason why their potential baby died, the reason why they're not parents anymore, and I don't blame anything that they decide to do to him. If they want to go after him now, today, tomorrow, in the future, I don't care. I want them to. What I actually like is as well is the whole episode Damon was thinking that Stefan was acting sketchy, and he kept asking him, what's the problem, what's the problem, what's the problem. You know, Stefan wouldn't tell him. All he did know is Stefan wanted to kill Julian, and he tried it. And Damon went over as well. He even told Julian that, you know, Stefan's going to try and kill you, you know, messing about. And then Stefan did as well. He actually tried. Julian countered it. He started fighting them in front of Lily as well. He started beating up Damon, beating up Stefan. He's shown that he's a lot stronger. I'm assuming that's because he's like 300, 400 years older, so he's got so much more strength. And obviously he's been inside this rock for so long as well that it drives people absolutely crazy in there. We've seen it. And we've seen it with Oscar. He's obviously been killed, and it might be taking over Thingy as well, Julian. But Lily, she wasn't impressed with what she's seen. She seemed pretty scared as well. She was saying like, look, don't go after my kids. I like it actually. She didn't want him to go after any of them. She's shown a bit of love towards Stefan and Damon, which is the first time we've seen in a long while. So I do like that. I think that Julian's acting in the last episode was actually really, really good. You know, I've got to give credit to him, even though he done my head in the stuff that he was doing. I really liked him. I think that he was impressive, and he's trying to worm his way in. He's trying to get that stone, I think, or he's trying to get something. He asked, he said that, what is he called, Bo? Yeah, I think that's what he's called. He asked him to go and get something out of Oscar's car that was a possession of his, and he's been looking for it. He can't find it. Now, I'm saying it's the ring that they used as a locator spell to find him when he was first in the coffin, and Lily's got that, hasn't she? But I want to know what his end game is. What's his goal? What's he trying to do? Obviously, we've got all this future stuff happening as well, which I really enjoy. I'm trying to work out how we get to those situations. We've seen Bonnie kissing Enzo. It's like they're a couple in the future. And we've seen the connection and how they kind of got to where they are, or the start of their relationship blossoming in the last episode when he went to the party that obviously Lily was throwing. And Bonnie was trying to make Lily jealous because obviously she was a bit of a dick to Enzo. So even though Bonnie and Enzo are not really like pally close, she was still trying to rub it in Lily's face, you know. She was making her feel a bit jealous. I like it. Big up Bonnie. But you could see that they got a little connection when they stared in each other's eyes. It was interesting. I actually really like Enzo Me. I actually do. He does 50-50 things that, like, I like him, and then you're like, wow, why have you done that, Enzo? You disappointed me. And I like him again. But overall, I do like him. And I actually like Valerie as well. I really do. I ain't got nothing. When she was first introduced, obviously, we got this, like, bit of her where it was like a potential breaking up Stefan and Caroline, and it was like trying to push her. Well, I might have had the feeling that was going to push her dynamic, so instantly I'm like, I don't like you, Valerie. Do you know what I mean? I want Stefan and Caroline. I don't like you. Go away. See you later. But the more it's unravelled, the more I like her. I actually really do like her. Now, I mean, I don't know how we've got to the future where Caroline is with Alaric. That's mental. But in terms of the Valerie character, as long as she's not pushing in the present a hatred towards Stefan and Caroline, I've got no problems with her. I literally have no problems. And I don't mind, is it Nora as well? I actually don't mind her. I think she's quite okay as well. Now, in terms of the Caroline situation, it was mad. Valerie, she was doing a locator spell for Alaric about the baby. You know, she said that she heard on the tapes of the wedding that was I think it was Liv doing a protection spell against them, and she was like, mate, the babies, I think they're saved. And they thought that they might have put them into a prison world, or whatever you'd want to call it, an alternate reality. So she got the map out, she got a bit of blood, she was locating them. It went all the way across from one side of the map to the other, dropped on the floor, burned in front of Caroline. She's like, oh my god, mate, the babies are not here. They're inside you, Caroline. That's mental. That must be why, obviously, in the future, Rick's got 2 kids. He's engaged to Caroline, and they're there. And I just think that is madness. How do we even... I just think that all the future storylines, I'm just like, what have we got here? What's going on? That's why I'm so excited. I'm enjoying the present with Julian, Stefan. When he finally told Damon, Damon was like, sack it, mate. Obviously, I wanted to make Lily suffer. I wanted to wait 6 months and then go after her and make it, make her feel the pain of having someone loved and ripped away. But if you want to take him down, Stefan, I'm on your side. We're going. We're getting him. Standard stuff, I'm standing by you, brother. I love it. Stefan, they're my favourite. Can't wait. Obviously really excited for Bonnie and Enzo as well. I want to see more of that. If I see Caroline and Alaric maybe kissing or something, I'd be like, I think that'd be a bit strange to have a look at. But she did get hit off a dagger in the last in one of her episodes, and we still begs the question, who's going after her, trying to shoot her? Who's going after Stefan and Damon in the first episode? Excited, can't wait. Let's jump into today's episode. Thanks so much for clicking on my video. And as always, let's dive into today's episode.
23 minutes.
Just enough time for me to get in, take out little Miss Dabby Pants, and grab Carol.
Oh, this is a trap.
Oh, I know it's a trap, and I'm gonna spring it so Stefan can.
Turn.
He'll be in a minute. When he gets here, pump full of our veins so he can't hero his way in.
Stefan, please.
Guess you're gonna have to settle for the other one, Blondie.
Mate, that's so good. I love the starts this season, man. Top notch.
2 lines, you're pregnant. 1 line, you're not.
I mean, you're an occult studies professor. Have you ever come across anything about a pregnant vampire?
Your heart beats, you breathe. That far outside the realm of possibility that your body could support a baby. You couldn't let the future of their coven perish along with them, so they had to put the baby someplace safe inside a body that wouldn't die.
We're hosting Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Whatever happened to taking out Julian?
Julian knows that I want him dead, so our next move needs to be smart. I am planning on recruiting an ally.
Oh, Lily. Oh,
cranberries.
no, it's not the one I expected.
Negative. I mean, Valerie was so certain.
Well, I guess she was wrong. I'm really sorry. I know how much you wanted this. Hey, Matt, now's not really a good time.
Bonnie and I found 24 people compelled to hang out at the high school last night.
Were you able to clear them out?
We had to tranquilize them just to get them out of there, but they were all back this morning.
Matt.
This is so random. It's mad.
Matt.
I invited you over here because, I want us all to start over. I want to convince you of all the reasons that you need to help us get rid of Julian. I got Valerie pregnant. Julian found out about it somehow. Her child, your grandchild, was murdered by Julian.
I think what Stefan's trying to say is you have really crappy taste.
Don't lose any more sleep over the words that come out of that poor girl's mouth.
Wow. I guess the joke's on me then, right? Here's to moving on then, right?
Made Stefan worse.
Moving on.
Best Thanksgiving.
Like, I knew that was gonna. It's obvious, man. Stefan is not gonna just lay down and be like, sweet, you know what I mean? We'll just be amicable. Is that what you call it? Amicable now? He's like, nah, sack this, mate. It's made him worse. He was like, I've already got plan B in motion. I hope he's like Klaus, yeah. He's got an A to Z. You know what I mean? This one don't happen. Bang, use the next one. Gonna recruit Nora. Use the next one. Bang, gonna recruit them. Do you know what I mean? I love it. I want to see Stefan be proper savage. Usually it's Damon. We only see Stefan rip a savage. I would love to see Stefan cool, controlled, absolute killer. I would like to see that side of him.
Well, if Julian wants it, then so do I.
We're talking about Oscar's car or Lily? You just want the girl.
Congratulations, looking like someone who's never been fought over.
It's not the turn-on you think it is.
Well, I'm assuming Julian doesn't want it for his blue book value. I'll wager this is what Julian's looking for.
Let me see what I can dig up.
No, I don't need research to tell me which one's the pointy end. Ram it through his chest, see what happens.
Go pick a fight with an extremely powerful, unhinged ancient vampire. Should work out great. Now that I think about it, go ahead and kill each other.
Mate, just because I know that they're together in the future now, I'm going to be loving every single scene that we get from them. I'm just waiting for the absolute connection to click.
Julian's practically brainwashed you like Giuseppe did way back when. It's a pattern, Lily. You can't see it with Julian just like you couldn't see it with Giuseppe. 1851.
Was that the year that Father took me out to the farm and made me behead my pet turkey?
Son, eat your dinner, please.
I cannot.
It was not an invitation, Damon. That animal was put on this earth to be sustenance, not your friend.
Please do not make me eat her.
You heard your father, Damon.
Rest in peace, Sammy.
I still don't see what any of this has to do with my current relationship.
Too blind to see it. You're drawn to men who manipulate you into seeing what they want. You're gonna listen to every single word I say, And by the end of the day, you're gonna help us kill your boyfriend.
And they always get into people's head and they always show them, let me show you this, let me show you this. So they should show good flashbacks of like Damon's dad absolutely beating him up and all that, and how she was stood there just oblivious to it because she's blinded by the love. I would enjoy that.
They're using them as human blood banks. I guess you know what the heretics are having for Thanksgiving dinner.
Pregnancy hitting.
Oh, Claire, hey.
I think I had an expired blood bag last night or something. Matt, I am a vampire with food poisoning, standing in a room of much bigger problems.
I can't think of a way to break the code.
Maybe someone can siphon it away.
Get Valerie in. Who's doing this? This is what I would like to know.
Steerage waif Lily took pity upon. She told me all about you.
That's funny. She hardly mentioned you. Something behind that means a great deal to me. My guitar.
Haven't seen one lying around. Perhaps Lily threw it out with the rest of the rubbish.
She loves it when I play for her.
I hope you're not suggesting anything untoward. Assured Lily that there would be no more bloodshed in the house.
You make any promises about outside?
Yes, Enzo.
Siphoning these people won't make a difference. You'll just replace them. You'd be trading one life for another. Safest town for someone with your status to be roaming around.
I am not pregnant. The test confirmed it. Yeah, and thanks to you, Alaric is probably still at home, waiting for that second blue line.
Do I need to remind you that you summoned me here for my help?
I'm sorry. Maybe it was just a momentary lapse. Magical choo-choo.
Do you know what true bravery is? Bravery is knowing you're going to lose. Doing it anyway. Well, let's get on with it.
Are these entirely necessary? They're quite painful.
She thinks this is painful? Try being 12 and helpless.
May be excused.
In a moment. Took this out for a special occasion today. I discovered quite a bit of money missing from my bureau. Stefan, have you been rummaging around your father's bureau? Which one of you did it?
I took it.
I think he's definitely lying.
I didn't raise you to be a thief.
I only confessed because I was afraid of what he'd do to Stefan.
Seppi was a monster.
You don't think I knew that? You think I believed you? And you told me you scratched your arm playing? You ran by me clutching your arm. You didn't see me through your tears. Everything that I did...
Lily.
Oh.
Someone's trying to kill Julian. We did a spell.
What an
we
idiot.
bound Julian's life to mine.
That is what you call what they've just literally been saying the whole episode. You just get manipulated by everybody. That is the fucking worst thing you could ever do.
You took a wrong turn and ended up in Mystic Falls. Leave and forget everything that you saw here.
Is Caroline pregnant in real life? Is that why we're going down this route?
Can't have Alaric's babies inside of me. It literally defies the physics of the universe.
You're better than this. I know you. I'm your friend.
Oh.
Physically.
I was the one who took the money. Your father never let me have anything. I lived under his complete control.
You stood in the next room as your son was being tortured.
We were gonna run away. I was gonna protect you boys. We were never gonna see him again.
Looking for these train tickets. 3 of them.
Paper?
You took that money. Should you ever attempt that again, you will be alone and you will never see them again.
Giuseppe was a
Interesting.
monster. The only thing I cared about more than leaving him was protecting your brother.
It's a tough one, that, because like I said, man, she still stood idly by and let her children suffer. I understand, like, it is a tough one, that, because she can see that it's bad and she's trying to do what she can to leave, but at the same time, you're also there letting it happen, and it's like a catch-22, isn't it? Like, if she tries to raise a voice, she's getting beaten, they're getting beaten as well, and she loses a kid. She doesn't say anything, they stay there, she can work in the wind, like in the secret, and try and plot to get them away, but I don't know, it's bad on both of them. You know what, they've had some terrible parents, haven't they? Let's be honest. I feel sorry for there's people in life as well that have parents like this, and I do feel sorry for those people. They don't deserve it. These children, they can't do anything, can they, until they turn 18? They got to live with what they've been dealt with, and sometimes it's really bad. And also, I think it's funny how he's threatening her that he'll take the kids away and they'll never see them again. And society's changed now. It's the women that have most of the control of the babies. Well, in the UK it is anyway. It's mad how times have changed from that to this. It's well interesting.
little tip from a professional. Next time you want to kill a bazillion-year-old psycho, don't pick a sword from the junior section.
Incoming.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's not bothered, look.
Is everything okay?
Oh, it's just peachy.
I just came to get a book that I left here.
My office is your office.
So, Enzo found some sword in Oscar's car and is under the impression it'll kill Julian. Does that look like the Phoenix Stone to you?
Oh, does it need it to, like, activate it?
Stone gives the sword its power against immortal foes.
Bastard links his life to my mom's and then engages in a duel.
Wait, back up.
Kills
What
your
are you
mom.
talking about linked himself to your mom? Tell me, you did not just kill Lily.
Shouldn't you be deader?
Oh, isn't it possible that kill the psycho and save the babies just sounds similar?
1,000 years could pass, I would never forget that spell.
Why do you know so much about this?
And it's not like you believe anything I say.
I need you to be 100% honest with me. How do you know so much about this spell?
I did everything in my power to save the life inside me. I didn't have an entire coven to work with, it was just me.
Well, why would you having a baby make Lily want to come home to Mystic Falls? A big secret that you have with Stefan.
Our story may have ended in tragedy, but you have the chance to see that your friend Alaric's doesn't.
Damon drove a sword into my chest, knowing it would be the same as driving it into yours.
What is he talking about?
What difference does it make?
She must realise how much shit she's put him through to do that.
What?
Judge, yeah.
Help Bob instead of ditching my calls to hang out with the guy who recently kidnapped your roommate.
Where are you? I'll meet you.
Don't bother. Tyler and Jeremy actually took my call.
He's well pissed, Matt.
You guys could both use a drink. Lily made her intentions clear.
Good.
Hey, look at she's giving the eyes.
You're better off without her.
You wanted Julian dead! I wanted to punish Mom. You're never gonna stop straining to find one tiny speck of redemption in Lily.
Don't know the whole
I don't
story.
want to know the whole story, Stefan. Our mother faked her death, left her sons behind, started a new family, and that is the only story that matters, Stefan.
As far as I'm concerned, she deserves what she gets.
Clapping you, Damon. That was a fantastic bit of acting that you just done there. Really enjoyed it. Honestly, the emotion, like the veins, the stress, the anger, the sadness, everything was perfect in that scene. That was one of the best scenes that I've seen you do in a long time. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, you've done great scenes with Elena, but it's more sit down talking, a little bit emotional, and you're just expressing feelings. Now, it was just everything. It's like you turn a kettle on, it boiled, and it steamed up, and it's about to overflow, and you just done it there. It was great.
What are you doing in the woods with Lorenzo?
Never one to resist a sword fight.
Except my life was bound to yours.
I'm also never one to lose.
Funny how choking on your own blood makes you feel like it.
We were boys being boys.
Did you know Valerie was once pregnant with Stefan's child? According to my sons, you beat her until she lost the child.
I would never have done something so revolting. It would destroy me if I ever hurt you. Will you forgive me?
Of course.
I don't think she's going to, you know. Look how easy it is for someone to be manipulated. It's mental, isn't it? I've never physically seen somebody in real life get tossed around like... I don't even know. It's deep anyway. The guy's like... He's doing shit and making her feel bad, and then he's coming in and then he's twisting it, and then he's like, will you forgive me? And then she's feeling sorry for him, and it's just like, he's getting in the head. The only time I've ever seen it in a show where somebody gets brainwashed is Homeland. Is that what it's called? With Brody, is that his name? Brody at the start, and they transition him over from being a US Navy to like a terrorist, and you see him, they put him through the worst, and he fucking in his head, twisting, brainwashing, turning. It's mad, and it's just like here now. You could just see the way it is. It's like playing on her mind all the time, manipulating. She's making herself feel bad, and then he's coming in and trying to make her feel good, and she's like, oh, you know.
I hate to see you in such pain. I was drunk and...
Nah, no excuses.
I cannot be faulted for trying to keep my family together. Will you forgive me?
I see, it's the same.
Of course.
I love you, darling.
Like I said, they say all the right things, man.
How far along are you?
Well, I'm not really sure how to answer that.
And you're certain you're pregnant? Well, I'm not seeing one baby, let alone two. Not hearing any heartbeats either.
Oh, imagine if it was vampires. That'd be mental, that, wouldn't it?
That I've been so desperate to believe this was actually...
For a second there, I believed it too. I wish you just told us that you were wrong.
Here we go, man. She's always well confident.
It never made any sense to me. The spell pointed directly to you, but the test came up negative. So he would have protected them in any way they could.
Wait, how is this all?
They were cloaked.
come back to get your dish?
Oh, God.
You were right.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear what you said.
You were right. I've traded one monster for another. But I am not going to let him hurt us anymore.
I'm interested, right? I went in on Lily this episode, and do you know what? I've said I've disliked her quite a few times throughout, obviously, this season. Now, I never said that I wanted her dead. I just wasn't a big fan of her as a character. Now, it's always interesting when you get, like, backstories and stuff like that, because we've never really got one from her, have we? Now, we haven't got one from most of these girls that have been introduced, but in terms of Lily, we've seen her with Enzo in the past and stuff like that, and I like how we've kind of focused in on her this episode and how she's got to where she is in the person and how vulnerable she actually is. And she's quite a lonely person, and she's been pushed around by two people and master manipulated, and like, I do kind of feel sorry for her, you know. It's strange that, because I never thought I would be in that situation, because she has been an awful parent. Now, no matter what information gets disclosed and how you beat around the bush, she's been terrible. She's been a terrible parent. Now, obviously, she's been through her own suffering and her own pain, so you've got to judge herself not as parent to Damon and Stefan, but herself as just Lily in terms of what the men are doing to her. It's awful. Like, she's been brainwashed, and she thought that the best way for her children was for her to stick around even though she knew it was bad. Now, obviously, I kind of get what she means by that, but in the other sense, on the other side of the coin, it didn't help anything, because you kept him in the environment and that was just hurting them even more and more. Damon, as you can see, stuck up for Stefan, but it wasn't even Stefan, it was his mum. And then obviously his mum was in the other room and letting Damon be punished for it. Now, I understand, like she was saying, she couldn't jump in XYZ, she was trying to get a plan to escape, but and then obviously, so you feel sorry for her in that aspect, because she wants to get out because she knows it's bad, but then obviously you know that she sat around letting somebody else suffer for her actions. Do you know what I mean? So this is a tough one, but in terms of her as a person, I do feel sorry for her singular, not a parent, just Lily, that she's getting brainwashed and pushed over, and this guy is a manipulator. Like I say, he's coming in and doing bad shit, making her feel bad, and then he's dropping in and then he's trying to say words to make her feel good again. But I'm glad that she's gone against him and she's come back to Stefan and Damon, and I'm well interested to see how we play this out now. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think it's really interesting that what's happening between Stefan, Damon and Lily, to be honest. Like I just said in the outro then, I'm not going to go more in depth on that one. I just think it's an interesting dynamic, and that I feel sorry for her in fact of her relationship status with the people, but obviously as terms of being a parent to these two sons, she's not very good regardless of what the outcomes were that led to it. Now, his dad, their dad, he was a proper arsehole, wasn't he? Like, literally, the more you see him, the more I dislike him. And Julian's back now. He's got the sword. Now, this sword can, well, it seems like it can kill people. Kind of like a white oak stake, I'm assuming. But it has to be kind of like, what do you have it? Like the flaming sword in Lucifer, you know? You have all the parts, you put it together, boom, it's deadly. And like, so you've got the sword, and then you've got the rock, the stone, and you put it in, it activates the power. Now Lily, has Lily got that stone? Because she resurrected, obviously, Julian, so the stone is there. They had it. He had it last episode, I think. He was holding it when he was speaking to Damon and Stefan in the house before they ended up having a fight. He had it in his hand, I believe. And obviously now he's got the sword off Enzo after having a good duel, a good fight. And it's mad how they've linked their lives to each other, to be honest. Now, she said that she's got a plan. She's got to get a witch to de-link that. I would like it if it was Valerie. Get her on the side. You know, she has got no problem in going after them. Now, Bo's come in. He's tried to attack Caroline, not specifically singular, but like they was getting all the people out of the Mystic Grill, wasn't it? Like all them people was there. It seems like I like the analogy that Matt was saying, that all these people, they're not coming in to be fed on, they're like fattening him up, and then they're going to be like lambs to the slaughter. It's going to be like a big Thanksgiving dinner. That's interesting. Now, I'm full on assuming that it's Julian doing this, but why? What's going to be the outcome? What's going to be the benefit of it? You know, why is he all these people here? Who's going to feed on them all? Because unless he plans on ripping every single person that's out of this stone, you know, he might become friends with them when he was in there. God knows. But I mean, I can't see Nora, Mary Louise, and Valerie and Lily going in and killing every single person in there just for the laughs of it. Maybe, but him, he probably would. And I'm interested to see where this plays out, because he had the people in the Mystic Grill, and he had loads of people in the school as well. So he obviously, like Matt said, that they got them out of the school, and then obviously he's gone in the Mystic Grill and there's loads there. So and then Valerie was saying, look, you know, we can decompel these people, I can siphon the powers out, we can get them out, but then you're just going to trade their life for someone else's, because he's just not going to stop. Interesting. I like how Enzo stood up and had a fight. He won't even bother, mate. Julian was like, I promise that there's no bloodshed inside the house. Enzo's like, what about outside then? Guy's not backing down, even though he knows he's stronger. They had a good duel. It was a good fight. I liked it. It was good combat. Do actually like a sword fight. It looks really good. And I like his, you know, like I said, because we've seen him and Bonnet together a little bit in the future. Every time we see them now getting closer, I get really excited. Two characters that I enjoy. Two characters that have, you know, need a love interest, to be honest. Jeremy's gone, and Enzo's not really had anyone since he's come. He's been trying to find his little place, and you can see, mate, Bonnet last episode with the tie on him. This episode, mate, she got the drink, she gave him the eyes, she gave him the look up and down, mate, literally, and she was like, good, mate, good that you're not want to be with Lily no more, you know, you're better than that. I'm excited for that one. Alaric and Caroline having babies. It is true, you know. Valerie didn't get it wrong. She's told Caroline that, you know, she was pregnant one time with Stefan's baby before, and Julian killed him. This information as well has been told to Lily, who has straight up confronted Julian, who's denied it. So it's out there now. Every single person knows, apart from, I think, Bo, Mary Louise, and Nora. So I wonder how they're going to react. Like, once that's out, sides will be taken. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Once something comes out, you dive on the side. And I can't wait to find out, obviously, that there was a female. They said that the one that was shooting the stakes at them, at Stefan and Damon at the start, at Caroline, it was a female. Now, I'm trying to... do you know what? I thought it was Elena, but... You know, it just sounds ridiculous that, because Elena's in the box. So I'm just totally gonna wipe out that it's her, because as well, Damon woke up and he was like, "Is Elena awake?" Do you know what I mean? So again, I'm gonna wipe out that it's her. But I'm trying to figure out what female body did we see jumping around, because is it Valerie? But then why would it be Valerie? Because why would she be going after Stefan and Damon? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? I can't see it being Lily now. Is it a new character? I don't know. It's just good. It really is good. I'm enjoying the present and the future storylines and the past. All the timelines, fantastic for me. I haven't got a bad word to say about any of it. This season's just quite a lot of information overload, and it's exciting me. You know, it doesn't always have to be action, as long as we're getting great content, and that's what we certainly are getting. So for me, this is a solid season. It's really good. I know we're only seven episodes in, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and hopefully you guys are too. So thanks so much for clicking on my video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, please smash a like on the button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.